It's time for the Coach's Corner Show, presented by Big Z Sports with WJER. Coach's Corner is brought to you by Williams Floorcoverings, Wood Electric, and Sugar Valley Meats.
The Coach's Corner for Week 5 of the 2025 high school football season is here. I'm Bill Morgan, happy to be talking with New Philadelphia head coach Mike Johnson. Coach, how much of the game from a percentage perspective is physical? How much of it is mental? And by that, in this particular case, I mean last week's game when you lost to Ashland, you had a number of penalties, you had some turnovers. How much of that is you can work on in practice with physical drills? How much of it is kind of up here a little bit?
Well, I think a lot of it you can work on in drills, whether it's the timing, the tempo type stuff. You know, those are the false starts or the procedural stuff, like that stuff you just got to clean up, and we got to clean up. And then as far as some of the other things that lead to turnovers, you know, some of those are skill based. Some of those are things that you just sometimes have breakdowns. So working through some of those problems that we had issues with was a problem, or was an issue with something we did on Monday this week of practice, was try to correct those issues, ensure that we continue to move forward. And to continue to move forward, everyone's got to know what their jobs are and do it as well as they can. And our guys, I think, responded pretty well with that.
Coach, as a follow-up to that question, if there is a mistake, and usually there's one or two in a game coming up on Friday night, how do you let the kids not focus on that and say something like, oh, here we go again?
Well, I think it's a mentality of continuing to move forward, and I think that's one of the things that we try to work on all of the time. Like, I mean, if we dwell on our past, you know, are we ever going to grow as people? And I don't think that's possible. So, you know, there are going to be bad things that happen. Is it okay to you know, really take it in and be upset about it? Yeah, but in a football game, you got about 20 seconds to be upset about it because we're on to the next one. So I really think it's important to kind of move forward, and we'll fix some of those issues, you know, on film on Saturday morning or on the field on Monday as we get back out. But it's really important that these guys, you know, continue to fight, and that's what we shoot for.
Quaker head coach Mike Johnson, they are on the road coming up Friday night as they take on Mansfield Senior at Arlen Field. Coach, maybe somewhat quickly, not that I want you to rush through it like auctioneers speak, but what's a road trip like? When do you and the players get on the bus? What do you do once you get there? All of that kind of stuff for fans who may not understand or see that part of the game.
Well, it's weird. What's unique about this week is this weweek we have no school. We have teacher in service, so the kids don't have school, so they're going to have breakfast and get up and get moving. But usually it's you know, this week we're boarding the bus at about 3. So all our equipment's ready to go. It's going to leave 15 minutes before us. So the guys are going to have to be here, have our truck loaded up at about 2:45. So the kids will get here 2:30ish to just kind of tie up their loose ends, get things prepared, get it packed up, and then we'll hop on the bus and we'll roll out. When we get to the stadium, it's kind of get your things, take it into the locker room. We give them a few minutes before we jump into meetings because I think it's important, especially in these OCC road trips where you're on the bus for an hour and a half or so, to stretch out. We tried to jump into meetings one time, and we were sitting in meetings, and there was a little bit of silliness at one game, and it made me think, like, well, why would we jump into these meetings now? Because our kids need a minute. And I mean, they're kids, so they need that minute to kind of decompress, get out, and run around, kind of like, you know, boys do, and then we meet, and it's all football from there on out.
Coach, we mentioned Mansfield is the opponent on Friday night. They're a team that struggled so far this season. They were a team that struggled coming to New Philadelphia last year. What are their strengths, and what do you do to try to not let them have any positivity from their football train of thought when that game begins?
Well, I mean, we're really going to have to take care of the ball. That's one thing we didn't do great last week that we have to do better this week, is we got to take care of the ball, and we got to get it in the end zone. And if we're able to block them up front, secure the front, it's going to give us the opportunity to do that, because I think we have, I like our skill players. I like what we do. We're just going to need to continually move the ball downfield and in the end zone. And if we can do that, it's going to give us our best chance to have some success. And defensively, it's keep them in front and tackle them.
Quaker head coach Mike Johnson. Coach, as always, we appreciate it. Best of luck on Friday night.
Thanks, Bill.
You've been watching the Coach's Corner from Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
Thanks for joining us for the Coach's Corner Show, presented by Big Z Sports with WJER. Coach's Corner was brought to you by Wood Electric, Sugar Valley Meat, and Williams Floor Coverings.